Welcome back, YouTubers, to another episode of D-Rock Anonymous live TV on YouTube. I guess it's not live TV, it's on YouTube. But anyways, we're out here. You can't tell by the background. Mini Redbud. First time being out here with the new pit bike. We're breaking it in today. Got pretty muddy, and if you look around, pond, big pond over there. In between the whoops is all a pond. We got a pond here, big pond there. We got another little pond over there. So basically we're just cruising around, breaking it in a little bit, and then I'm gonna take it back to the garage and clean the or change the oil, check the valves, make sure everything's good to go in there. And since I didn't show you on the last videos whenever I was building the bike how to adjust the valves, I'll take the valves off and adjust them for you so you can see how to do it then. But so far we're just going to cruise around, get some break-in time. We've got like 4 hours on it already, so brought Xander. I don't know if you can see him, that little orange dot up there. He's riding around on Zave's bike, so we're going to, I guess, ride around. There's really nothing to film because I'm just putting around, but we'll ride around and I'll catch back up to you in the garage. So we just got done doing another heat cycle after we get back from riding. So now we're going to start by draining the oil, and I'm going to try to take this cover off and see if I can make sure the flywheel is on top dead center from here. And then all we got to do is take this cap off and then take these two valve caps off, and we'll be able to adjust the valves without taking this whole side cover off and the sprocket guard and everything. So let's try it. So to make this just a little bit easier, I went ahead and took the front fender off, and I've loosened up some of the bolts. I've got the timing chain, sprocket cover, it's loose, ready to come off. This here, all you gotta do for this is take a flathead, spin this off, and you'll be able to, make sure you don't lose it, and make sure you wipe all that dirt off before you put it back on. And then all you gotta do is take this one out, and then you should be able to look in there, in that little hole, to see when you're on top dead center. So we're going to finish taking this off, take these two caps off, and I'll show you how to adjust them. So here's how you know you're at top dead center, because you have to put this at top dead center, or TDC as some call it. You have to put it at top dead center to adjust these valves. So if you look here, there's a hole right there on the sprocket with a line, and it lines up with that notch. And then if you go in here, there's a T with a line. So you gotta make sure those are lined up. So this is right on. There you go, you can see a little bit better now, but that's right on. So we're fully at top dead center right now. So just leave that there. By the way, it takes a 17mm to stick in there and turn the flywheel. And then also, I took this to the car wash because I like working on it when it's clean. But I went there and tried using a 5. The 5 didn't work. So I tried using another 5. That 5 didn't work. So I sat there for 5 minutes, tried to get either one of them to work, and they didn't work. So I wasn't able to clean the bike. So what I did was just took my air hose when I got home and sprayed off all the loose dust and dirt. But make sure nothing gets down in there, because you really don't want to do this again. So after you get your caps off, here's your intake, obviously where your carburetor's at. Intake, and then there is the exhaust side. So what you want to do is set your intake at 0.002, and then some people say on the exhaust it's either 0.004 or 0.005. So I've got a feeler gauge here, and it goes down to 0.002. Make sure whenever you guys are picking one of these up, make sure it goes down all the way to 0.002, because I've got one here. I've got this other one, but it only goes down to like 0.004. So make sure you get the right one. So let's get this out here. Then I dropped it. So you fan it open, flip it over, and right here it's the second one. This 0.002. So this should be your intake side. All you have to do is take the rocker right here, stick this between the tip of the valve, or the pointy stem part of the valve. And see, that's actually a little bit loose. So what you want to do is just stick that between there and then just barely pull on it, so you have just a little bit of pull, a little bit of drag whenever you're adjusting these. First, we're going to go ahead and set it at 0.005, because there's a lot more people that said 0.005 than 0.004, which I mean, it's not a huge difference, but the vote was like 2 to 7. So we're going to go 0.005. So now that we got our caps back on, our valves are adjusted, 0.002, 0.005 for the exhaust. Let's start putting this back together, then go from there. There it is, all back together. Got all the caps on, got all the bolts tight, filled it with oil, takes 1.2 quarts. If you can see there, I haven't started up yet. If it was started, I mean, literally this is ice cold. We got the old filter, change the filter, put the spark back on. Hopefully the battery's charged. We'll see how fast this thing starts. Hey. So, now this is all good to go. I mean, now it's time to let it rip, tater chip. So there it is. The pit bike's all done. It's warmed up. Check the oil. Everything's golden. Except for we got one little thing left to do. Since we took the stock air filter off, we need to get the relocator bracket. It goes from here to the frame, so to keep this from flopping around. And also, we have to get the White Ape Racing graphics on here. The side shrouds, both sides. So Dwight, if you're watching this, I'm ready for those graphics. I'm ready to see what they look like. They're gonna look sick on the pit bike. So let's get the ball rolling, man. Let's get these graphics. But that's all for now, guys. So make sure to go down below. Like always, like, comment, subscribe. Hopefully if it dries out, we'll get some footage of ripping this thing around. Mini Redbud. But like I said, go back and check out my other videos. I did a build video on this if you haven't seen those. Go back and check those out. But for now, we're out, guys.